Hey guys, and welcome to Super 6-1. Today we are doing something a little bit new and a little bit different. We are doing a live race at Oulten Park in the touring cars. I'm in the Renault touring car. And today we have this camera angle back here, which gives you my steering wheel. And also this camera here so you can see myself and what is going on. And of course, the gameplay ahead of you. So, it is a 10-lap race. We are starting in last place. We've got the difficulty set at about 85%, so quite difficult, but very high aggression as well. And we're going to see how far we can move up the grid, up the pack during this race. So, let's jump into it, and I hope you guys enjoy. Green light, and we're away. Still not a very great start on this game. Still getting used to how you're meant to actually launch these cars on Project Cars 2. But as I said, we're starting from last. And we're going to try and work our way up the grid and try and not get taken out on the first few corners here, because the AI can be pretty funny, especially when you crank up the aggression, as I said we have done. They kind of just sweep into each other and knock into each other quite a lot. Oh, got stuck to the back of that guy. So we are currently 26th out of 26. We have 10 laps. Let's see what we can do. But of course, Oulten Park is a very tight track. Not a lot of overtaking space. Mainly, the track gets a little bit wider towards the last few bends, but this first part of the track is very narrow. If you're going to be making moves, it's going to have to be kind of in corners. Probably going to be doing a lot of diving. Oh, and hitting the back of people. We're in a touring car, it's fine. Contact's a little bit more frequent than in some of the motorsports, that's my excuse. Oulten Park is a great track. Again, I live very close to there now. I've visited there quite a few times in the last few years for the British Touring Car Championship, the Genetta Cup, stuff like that. It's a great local circuit, and I am looking forward to this track, especially this track, being released with the British GT pack with Assetto Corsa. The bank up on the left there, the left of the bridge, that's where I sit normally when I visit this circuit in real life. Okay, these corners here. This is where the track gets a little bit wider, if I don't overcook it. I find on this game, being able to catch a bit of oversteer is a little bit easier to do than on Project Cars. on Assetto Corsa. I find on Assetto Corsa, if I start to slide or spin, it's pretty much game over. On this game, you can catch a spin a little bit easier, I think. I've cranked up my force feedback to allow me to kind of feel the road and the car a little bit more, even though it's a bit of an arm workout, I must admit, especially for a 10-lap race like this. You're kind of really having to fight it. This corner here can really be the undoing of you if you're not careful. I find at the moment I'm tending to kind of over-rev this car, probably because I'm used to the GT3 cars, which have a kind of longer gear ratio than these smaller engine, less powerful touring cars. But, you know, we'll fight through. We'll see how we do. I'm in the Renault today, same car that's in front of me. I was in the... Oh, there's been a absolute traffic jam here. What is going on? That BMW looked like it hit the kind of concrete bollard in the centre of the apex and just came to an absolute stop. We took about 5 places or 4 places in one there. I'm not complaining. The AI do some really funny stuff sometimes. Look, he's almost come to a standstill there. And I have the AI at a high difficulty here. We're on kind of 85 to 90%. Enough that, like, I have a chance, but also I have to work for it if I'm going to try and take places. But I actually think it's to do with the aggression level. I think if you crank up the aggression, it actually... Oh, almost overcooked it. Yeah, if you crank up the aggression, I think they just start acting crazy. Like, they all just try and go up the inside of each other to the point where they're going to hit the central bollard and all sorts. And they seem to just weave around erratically, but if you don't crank up the aggression, they just sit behind each other in a train and it's just like Scalextric, so... You know, it's always worth cranking up the aggression, even if it is a little bit comical. Just checking everything's still recording there. We are good. We are golden. Okay. This corner here is my weakest on the track. And often overcook that one if I'm not careful. Okay, so we're on lap 3, and we've taken 5 positions. Now this corner here, you're meant to be able to take it flat out, but I find if I take it flat out, I end up on the grass over on the right. So I like to be a little bit cautious and just lift off the power a bit. Sorry, so as I was saying, yeah, I'm in the Renault today. I was in the Mercedes in my last video. I actually tried out the BMW, but being a rear-wheel drive car, for me, the back end was a little bit too twitchy for my driving style, so this kind of smaller front-wheel drive Renault suited me a little bit better. Okay, let's get our head down and see if we can make up this distance. The track gets a little bit wider on these last 3 corners, but if you're not careful, you can really overcook that corner there. Like I said, you can catch it a little bit better on this game than I find than Assetto Corsa, but doesn't mean you're not going to fucking send it into the barrier as he completely misbrakes that corner. Okay. Lap 4. Just trying to catch up to this. Oh, there we go. I'm going to catch up to this group in front of me without pushing it too hard that I'm going to put it into the wall. I am gaining on them. Difficult corners, these. It's a great circuit, this. I think it suits these kind of slower cars. If you're in a really if you're in some supercars, this track's just a little bit too narrow, a little bit too undulating, a little bit too tight, I think. It suits touring cars perfectly, which is obviously probably why it is part of the touring car calendar. It is a great track. Use all the runoff on that corner if you can. I am closing in on this pack ahead. I've set the time of day to like 8 PM just because I like the style of lighting a bit more interesting than just, you know, middle of the day. But going through those trees there, it can have the shadows can really distract you a little bit. Okay. The guys in front just made a big mistake, and I have caught with them now. Like I said, I got the difficulty, you know, high. I didn't want to just work my way to the, you know, to first place within a lap or so. You know, I'm realistically, if I can get to like, you know, 18th, 19th before the end of the race, that would be good. You know, from starting at the back of the grid. I'm going to try and... No, not going to do it. I was tempted to dive up the inside of him then, but I saw that... I envisioned that going very wrong. You've got to be careful, haven't you, with this? It's such a narrow track that if you make a mistake, you've got so little room to correct an error that, you know, within a metre or two, that's it. You're off on the grass and you are sliding around like Bambi on ice, so... Choosing your moment is really important. I'm going to try and outbrake him here. Not quite. I didn't want to send him into the wall there. Use the runoff. The BMW is definitely a little bit quicker than the Renault on the straights. You can see him just pulling away from me there. I've just got to be more aggressive than him on the corners. Maybe not that aggressive. There we go. Got a lot more speed on the exit there than him. I am through. Oh! 2 for 1 maybe. He is right on me. I've got to leave him enough room. Okay, I'm through. He's in my mirror, so we're clear. One thing I do miss playing this that is very useful in Assetto Corsa is the radar, so you can kind of tell when you're clear of a vehicle much easier, and you're not going to try and move across and just, you know, send yourself into a spin when you clip his front end. Okay, so the next two on the list, we have the 2 AMGs up ahead. I am now fighting for 18th place. Not gonna, yeah, same as before, don't want to dive down the inside. I'm gonna try and, I always either brake too hard or too little into that corner there. Okay. Here you can just drop to second and just power it through in second gear. There we go. Caught a little bit more speed on the exit than him there. We'll stay behind him till the absolute last second. Try and outbrake him there. Go up the inside. He's still on my left. I'm around him. Okay. We are up into 18th place. 17th place is only a second or so ahead of me, but then after that, 16th and onwards, there's a train of about 4 cars, it seems, just up the road. If we can make it there, if we can make it. Sometimes I do that quite a lot. I'm still a very novice driver where I enter a corner in too high a gear, but then the time I drop a gear, I just end up bouncing off the limiter, which, yeah, it does slow the engine down a little bit, but in a real car, you're just going to destroy your engine very quickly. Okay. Oh, I was going to try and... That was a disappearing angle there, trying to go up the outside of him. I'm just going to stick behind him for this next corner because this next corner is not a great corner. Yeah, he took that with a lot more pace than I dared to then. My hands are really aching here. The force feedback in this game is actually really good. As I said in my last video, I only played this game for the first time with my new Fanatec wheel in the last week or so. And I wasn't, for an older game, I wasn't sure what to expect for the force feedback. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. For me, the worst game for force feedback is F1 2020, or the F1 series. Like, when you're turning a corner, force feedback feels great, you feel that sense of G-force, but when you're driving in a straight line, I mean, of course, Formula 1 cars are a lot, and the tracks at Formula 1 cars racing are a lot smoother than touring car tracks and touring cars, but I don't know. I think the force feedback in that game is left to be desired a bit. Okay, we're gonna make a move on this guy. Up the hill, come on, third gear. He's still next to me. Okay, he's behind me, we're through. And as you can see, there you go, I did it there, look, bounced off the limiter, dropped too low. The next cars are just miles down the road, but we've made up 9 places. More than I expected to be honest with you. We've got 3 laps left, and those guys are just gone. Like, they are well down the road, but let's just see what we can do. This is when it's most dangerous for me. I find myself a better driver, or I drive more consistently when I'm chasing. As soon as I'm, there's nobody in front of me or there's no one in range, things can go a little bit sloppy. So let's see what we can do. Keep our head in the game. There they are, look. They are a full corner and a half ahead of us. I'm going to guess that we're probably going to just about catch up to that pack by the end of the race. Maybe not. For an older game, I've got to say, the lighting and the graphics on this game still really, really impress me. Very much, very good looking game. It's such a shame that Project Cars 3 is a, steaming pile of shit. Because, I do enjoy this game. enjoy what it's, you know, stuff like this. It is real fun. I probably will be, once these tracks come out on I keep calling it Project Cars because that's what we're playing now, on Assetto Corsa Competizione, I probably will be playing a lot of the GT4 cars around there, you know, the Ginetta stuff. I might do a series like this, in this kind of format, doing the Ginetta, I might set up my own Ginetta British Cup and do, you know, a championship around all the British tracks. See how we can do. I took that corner far too slow there, sorry, I'm chatting too casually to the camera, should I say. Ooh, almost overcooked it on the second to last lap. That would have been a poor way to end. To be honest, I can't see us take any more places. I am just gonna... Oh, saying that, the pack is not too far ahead, but we just haven't got enough time. If I can just bring this home safely now, I will be happy. But never give up. Keep on pushing. Love those little chicanes there, great corners. As I said, for this kind of car it suits perfectly. I did a race round here recently in the McLaren, and it's fine. It is, you know, obviously very doable. They do the British GT round here, but anything that kind of speed or even faster, and obviously they're big wide cars as well, that this track just feels too small. But I think for touring cars and Ginetta Cup racing, it is a great track. Fastest lap so far. Not so bad. Tyres are okay. As we almost miss the braking zone. As we enter the last lap. New personal best. Not so bad, not so bad. Here we go, last lap. We ain't going to take any more places, but we can bring it home and be pretty proud of that for a high level difficulty and for a, you know, a bit of a sloppy start. Starting from last, we've made up nearly 10 places. You know, I could have made this easier. I could have just put on a low difficulty and worked my way right to the front, which may be entertaining, but you know, the challenge is what we're after, isn't it? Now this is the first type of video I've done like this. It might be an absolute hot mess. You have to tell me in the comments below. I'm having to record this camera on my left with a GoPro, which is probably why the image quality might be a little bit pants. But tell me down in the comments below if this is something you want to see more of. It's not too difficult for me to set up. It's a learning curve for me, racing and live commentating and kind of trying to think about what I'm saying to you guys and race is a new one, but I'm enjoying it. This might be a new format for some future videos. So if you would like to see more stuff like this, tell me down in the comment section below. And here we are. We've made big gains on that group in front, big gains, but as I said, I guessed it, didn't I? I said we'd probably catch the back of this group just about at the end of the race. And there we are, across the finish line. And onto the cool down. There we go, guys. Well, that was a fun challenge. I really enjoyed that. What a track. Great little car. We might try that again in a different car or something in the future. So I hope you guys did enjoy. As I said, leave a comment, a like down below if you want to see more. But in the meantime, guys, thank you for watching. And I'll see you soon.